This is Mark Snyder with WorshipSong Band. I'm going to show you a track I made with a band in a box. So the idea here with this is that you can use a program like Band in a Box to make tracks without even really playing an instrument or needing to record anything that you played with a keyboard or a guitar. So this is the track I'm going to play for you. You can just hear a little bit of it here. This track I have is metronome, drums, bass, electric
Pre-chorus.
guitar,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
acoustic guitar, piano, and synth in this case.
Chorus. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So this track is probably the equivalent of what you can buy from like a Lifeway Worship or something like that. It's not super high end, but for what how I was able to make it, it was pretty easy. There's a little more of it.
Bridge. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So it's pretty effective, and if you just needed to add a rhythm section or a missing instrument or something, you could do it. Let me show you how I made this then. So the way that I made this is I use a software called Band in a Box. So Band in a Box is basically been around for about quite a few years, 10, 15 years or more. I don't know exactly, but and what it basically started out as a way for you to create MIDI arrangements of things. And over the years, they've continued to add a lot of like sample-based applications. And so what that really means is that you can buy a bunch of expansion packs for Band in a Box, and what they add is like different samples for guitar, for bass, for piano, for drums, for synthesizers, and actually like anything you can imagine. So like if you need like a klezmer track or if you need like a trombone track or something, they have it in here that you can use. So in this case, what I've done is I picked some what they call real styles that match up with the kind of sound that I'm going for. So like as an example here, I've got my bass here is a bass electric pop rock waltz at 140 beats per minute. Since this song is in 6/8, then that's about right. I've got an acoustic strumming guitar and a pop waltz style at 120 beats per minute. So it'll stretch them or compress them to try to make them fit the timing that you want for your tempo. I've used 140 beats per minute for my tempo here at a 3/4, so that basically gives me a 70 beats per minute at a 6/8, which is the sound I wanted for Good Good Father, obviously. I picked the same drums here, rock modern waltz, um, a rhythm country electric guitar with a gritty A-B sound, and a synth pad. And as you can see here, so if I right click on this and I say select real tracks, here I get a whole ton of guitars and basically basses, accordions, anything I want to pick from here. So one of the things that takes the most time is just finding what you want that matches. And there's a lot of previews you can hear here. So if you want to hear a preview of like this finger picking country Brent guitar here, you can just kind of like double click it here and so anyway, you can see how you can preview your instruments. And so you can pick basically 5 instruments here and a melody and a soloist. And I haven't really delved into the melody and the soloist yet much, but for these 5 instruments, basically, I picked the pad and then, what I did in this case is I picked the pad and then, um, since I wanted also a piano on my track, I changed the pad for a piano and re-recorded that track. So here in Band in a Box, you can basically play a preview of your track here. And so really all you're doing here is you're putting in the chords for the measures. And as you add measures, basically, you put in the chord chart for the song with like bass notes or sustain chords or whatever. And you just keep doing that all the way through the song. So I basically laid out the entirety of Good Good Father here, its whole chord chart. And then when you want to add dynamics, then you can basically go to these um, section markers here, and you can actually say, okay, and here I want the snare to come in, or here I want this to happen, like the to go from A to B style. So it'll do like a couple of different styles. So as an example, you can have an A style, which is usually a simpler, more clean style, and a B style where it'll change up the rhythm or something like that. So what you're really doing is you're basically letting the computer pick styles that are using those instruments. So each of those instruments is defined in a couple different styles, and it'll put those in to give the song some dynamics as you go. Um, and you can also go and change um, sections like this. You can basically go to um, bar settings here. And then here you could say exactly what you want. Like I want the synth pad to come in or the synth pad to come out or this part to fade in or this part to fade out. So you can spend a lot of time in these GUIs to make it do exactly what you want. Or you can just kind of let it pick and see what you get. Um, and so for Good Good Father, I basically picked the styles that I wanted. I went through and I put in the chords I needed. And once I'd done that, basically I got it to sound well in Band in a Box. And then I basically went to this menu right here called Wave, export song as audio file, 1 file per track, include 2-bar lead in. And once I had done that and I clicked render, I basically got my 5 wave files that matched these instruments here. And once I had, and then I did the same and added the piano so that I had the tracks that I ended up with in my song. Um, that outputted wave files, I zipped those up, I dragged them into WorshipSong Band. That's how I have my track. So I can use the built-in pads in WorshipSong Band to add some depth. I did not have to generate a click because I'm just using the built-in metronome in WorshipSong Band. I didn't need to generate the cues because I'm using the built-in cues.
verse, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So essentially, if you practice with a couple of these songs, you get good at it. You can generate any track you want, picking any instruments you want. And to the extent that these are the quality that you would want for a given application, you can make any tracks you want very easily with this approach. So good luck with that, and we'll keep generating some of these so you guys can hear them.